Cybersecurity in 2026 is not just about tech, it's about your business.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending the session called Cybersecurity in 2026 is not just about tech, it's about your business. My name is Artem Bychkov. I am Deputy Chief Security Officer at SoftSwiss. I've been in the security industry for last 20 years. I've been in both consulting, in-house security teams, offensive and defensive areas, and I saw a lot of change in how security seen by companies, by the industry. 10 or 15 years ago, cybersecurity was thought as regular IT matter, something about stuff happening in the background, something about firewalls, antivirus, collecting logs, and patching. But look at the news today. Look at the headlines. Data breach are the frontline news. When something bad happens to certain company, when data breach happen, when platform goes down, when operation disruption happens, when data leaks, it's not just buried in tech blocks anymore. It makes its way to the first line, to the front lines of the news. It's not just technical issues anymore. Such events are business events. And of course, such incidents, data breaches, are not the result of a regular random technical glitch. It is the result of purposeful, malicious action of the attackers, of cyber criminals. And when data breach happens to the company, of course, players lose trust, regulators show up at the door, and competitors jump in to take the advantage of the company that suffered a security incident. In today's world, we need to manage cybersecurity in the same way we manage our brand strategy, because we need to manage trust of the industry, of our partners and players. In this session, we will explore current trends, why security incidents happen, and what we as industry players, as service providers and operators should do about it. Let's look at the big picture. World Economic Forum did a survey. They asked companies of different sizes about how they feel, how they assess their own security posture. And the finding is surprising. 35% of small and medium businesses consider themselves to not be adequately protected from targeted security attacks. And those 35% were self-conscious, they were aware about it. They actually were honest to admit. So probably the picture is a little bit worse. There is another one source of statistics, Verizon Data Breach Investigation Report. Verizon compiles it each year based on actual law enforcement data, so it's probably the best statistics we have in the security industry. And this year's report shows 75% increase of data breaches happened to the companies of different sizes. We will also dive into specific trends and specific attacks a little bit shortly. Also, to highlight, to measure the pulse of cybercrime, um, we did a simple exercise. Professionals in data analysis, please forgive me for these sloppy statistics, but we built a chart of data breach churn in the news using Google Trends. And as we can see, in the 15 years, the trend direction is clear. We have more data breach, not less. Let's look at the specific trends. What happens in the trenches? First of all, we have a family of old school threats that were with us all the time and are not going away anytime soon. Denial of service, regular hacking, exploit development and selling, social engineering to infect end users' devices. All of those are not going away. All of those are still rising. In fact, those are huge industries with, I think we can call them underground companies that have their own products. They have customer support, and you can order anything from them if you would like to. Supply chain risks. In security industry, it may feel like a buzzword that became widespread for the few last years. But again, our best source of statistics, data breach investigation reports, shows that year over year, the number of data breaches involving supply chain issues nearly doubled. If in 2023 only 15% of incidents included some sort of supply chain or third-party compromise, last year it was already 30%, and it probably is going to rise given the news we have in the industry. Targeted attacks on end user devices, both consumers and employees of the companies, also risen from 2 to 22% in total number of data breaches, which includes, it shows huge growth. And by the way, the same report states that only 54% of corporate compromised devices were company managed. 46% were bring your own device. What people usually miss that on company managed devices, we usually have some security agents, antivirus, data loss prevention agents, anything. And despite that, they still get compromised at scale. And of course, AI. AI is a fantastic tool for cyber criminals because it allows them to scale any type of attacks, actually, but where it really shines is at scaling AI-based attacks. It allows for generating deepfakes, fake invoices, videos, faking documents. Also, it allows for launching social engineering campaign with phishing websites, phishing emails, and you don't need to be an expert to launch such an attack. You just may ask your favorite LLM to generate for you, to generate instructions how to launch it, and off you go. And we, of course, we as a service provider see this firsthand, and industry sources show this as well. Now let's look at what key strategic areas, maybe better to put it, major points we need to keep in mind to stay safe. Compliance was a driver for cybersecurity for a long time, but more often than not, it ended with filling in checklists and then forgetting about doing anything about security until the next year's auditor assessment. Um, uh, and while the compliance is valuable tool, we we need to implement our security. Uh, we should use it to implement useful security practices and controls. We need to learn to operate despite the white noise, despite cyber attack happenings, because we cannot eliminate the threats. We cannot eliminate hackers. We cannot eliminate cyber criminals that want to attack us. We need to learn to live with it. We need to learn to properly detect the attacks, to properly recover from cyber attacks. And of course, we need to do this without burning all the money, solving some problems, and some problems may even be not the real ones that we should be solving. But this is also happens too often in the enterprise security world. What I think we as an industry should prioritize when we step in 2026. First of all, the security awareness of both our players, our employees, operator staff, because social engineering became so widespread and still so effective that we need to invest in people to be our first line of defense. As we saw, security protection measures fails, antivirus fails, and attackers eventually get the step in to the enterprises. And this, more often than not, this happens as a result of social engineering attacks. We need to secure and harden our infrastructure and applications. And it's not about patching or some sort of secure configurations we need to apply to all of our systems. It's about repeatable and continuous process of improvement. We need to actively scan our infra and applications. We need to implement secure development process using code analysis and dependency analysis tools. And of course, we need to employ offensive testing when we hire white hat hackers or launch a bug bounty program. So white hat hackers and security researchers from all over the world help us to uncover security vulnerabilities, defects, misconfigurations before real attackers do. And we at SoftSwiss use this practice extensively, and we love the result. It really helps us to catch some vulnerabilities that were hard to spot in the first place. Supply chain risks are rising, so as a separate note, we need to watch closely third parties, our partners, and third-party code and libraries we included into our products. We need to implement both technical controls like third-party open source analysis, software composition analysis tools, and other technical controls to find vulnerabilities and backdoors in third-party libraries. And also we need to verify, perform security due diligence of our partners and services that we use, because a lot of news show us that when some data leaked, it wasn't from the company itself, it was from some sort of statistics service that had access to the company's data. real-time cyber attack and fraud monitoring, and implementing technologies supporting this, like device fingerprinting and using AI to help us to detect the attacks. And we need to treat security features as business features, because in today's world, strong authentication, device fingerprinting, and similar features that used to be called security-only features now are really the business features. They are selling points to our products. And I hope this was helpful and insightful to you. You can find even more insights in our 2026 iGaming Trends report. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, you can find me here at conference at Solstice stand. Thank you.